Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Aileen, and here we like to talk about all things makeup, mostly luxury makeup, skincare, and fashion. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I hope you consider subscribing and joining the family. So today we're going to take a look at one of the new Tom Ford Creme formulas. This is Rose Topaz 35. I also have a few Dior palettes I want to compare it to, as well as a Natasha Denona, and create an eye look. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then keep on watching. But before we go, like we always say, comment, like, subscribe. Let's get to it. Let me roll my sleeves up here. If you're not following me on Instagram, you can follow me at amerchbeauty. I did swatch all three palettes, the Rose Topaz, the Tiger Eye, and the Smoky Quartz on my skin, as well as my daughter, who's a tan. So here is the palette. You can see where I've already swatched it. I have not used it. I will say this formula is so creamy. I just want you to see. It's an impeccable formula, and I'm not sure if you can see that. And then that's like a matte. This is more like, you see the sheen? It's like a shimmery shade with no glitter. And you guys know I am not a fan of glitter, so when I see that I can get that sparkle with no glitter, I'm all the way here for it. This is the third shade, which is this one here. It's so pretty. And lastly is the brown shade. And you can see it's like a creamy powder. This is just like so pretty. The formula, I went in just to get one because I was like, they're all like pretty similar, like same color story. They're not similar, but they're the same color story. They're warm, they're neutrals. One may lean more warm, one may have more mattes. But as soon as I swatched one, I was like, just give me all three. Just go ahead and give me all three. And here we are. So I wanted to do some comparisons. I wanted to compare it. This is the Dior Mitza. So I wanted to compare a few of the shades and see if they were similar. I'm going to compare these down here, not the center shade. I feel like this may compare to Tiger Eye. And this may as well. I'm not sure if the camera is going to pick it up. It does. So this is darker than the brown in Mitza. The brown in Mitza has more of a berry undertone, where this is just like a true cocoa espresso chocolate color. So this is Rose Quartz and this is Mitza. Next, I want to compare it to Golden Day from Dior. All the shades except for the black. And I feel like these may compare more to Tiger Eye. So this shade here is definitely different. This leans more gold, or this has more of a pearlescent to it. And this is more of a topper, and this one actually has some pigment. And this lighter brown, it's definitely too light. And then here you will see some similarity in these shades. This is matte and this is satin. So there is a difference, but the shade is similar. This leans a little bit more pink, I would say, where this goes a little bit more of that mush towards like a mushroom color, but they're not too different, but definitely different. Next, I want to compare it to Dior's new dress And I'm not gonna, again, I'm not gonna do all the shades, just the ones that may possibly be close. That is the same shade, different formulation. As far as this is a matte and this is not. And these are similar, but this has more white and this has more like gold in it. See the white? And the third shade is a satin, where this is like a shimmer. They look the same shade, but this has a shimmer in it. So this is Dior New Dress, and this is Rose Quartz. And next, I'm going to compare it to some of the shades of the Natasha Denona Biba palette. Just because when I felt this formula, the first thing that came to mind was the Natasha Denona, like the cream shadows, but better. It is made in Italy. The packaging does not, neither the back of the palette nor the box reflect a shelf life, but the ingredients are not in the back of the palette, so you will have to keep the box. I usually keep mine in the box, but if you're interested in knowing the ingredients, just ensure you read the back of your box if you are one to throw it out. And as always, it does come in the Tom Ford little felt pouches. So I'm going to start with the dark brown, which is Tar for Natasha Denona. And that leans more gray than this one does. Next, I'm going to swatch Monroe. So Monroe is more peach leaning than this one here, and it has more sparkle. I don't feel like you'll be able to see much of a difference on the eye, honestly. But there is, if you could see the peach there, where you don't see any peach in this shade. Next, I'm going to swatch Shine. And that one has even more peach. And I don't see like a taupe color like this in the Natasha Denona. And the browns, that Tar shade is really the darkest brown. I can try Seed, but Seed just seems like it's not dark enough. Yeah, it's not. This is leaning more black than Seed from Natasha Denona. That is all for comparisons. Let's create an eye look. And I will have everything that I have on my face linked down in the description box. I did prime my eyelids with the Mario Prep Set in medium. I used the lightest shade in the medium palette and then set it with the powder that comes in the palette. I'm going to start with this shade here, and I'm going to use a Refer 27. And like I said, this is like a creamy, powdery, I really don't know how he did this, but it's a beautiful formula. You can see there. I can't explain it. Like I said, it's like the Natasha Denona cream shadows, but smoother. That's what's just mind-boggling. Like, how did you do this, Tommy? Tommy came for the come through. Now, it would be nice if we see different shades, but it just seems like these shades are it for spring. And it's like, I would have loved to see 3 palettes, maybe like Tiger Eye, Smoky Quartz, which is more of all mattes, and then like something, another quad with like maybe purples or greens that you can use with the other palettes in combination with. You can do that with these, but you're still going to fall in the same color story. I would have really liked to see something that just different. And definitely different for Tom Ford. I'm not sure if you can really see that shade much on the eye. I will say, if you go to my Instagram and you see the swatches on my daughter's tan skin versus my skin, you see a huge difference. And I hope it helps. In my opinion, it looks like smoky quartz and tiger eye may be better for deeper skin tones, but we'll get into that when we're discussing those palettes. But you can see that in the swatches. Next, I'm going to go with this dark brown. And this is the Unit 309. This is the Orange Series brush set that was on Beautylish. I had a $100 gift card, and then it was Black Friday and they were on sale. I think I ended up, after using my gift card from the last like Beautylish event, gift card event, I think I ended up paying like $18 for the set. So I was not upset at all. But as you all know, orange is my favorite color, and I was excited to get my hands on these. I'm not going to go too dark with that color because I'm going to see how they perform if we use them as a liner. And I really want the liner to stand out. Next, I'm going to use this shade here with a Refer 28. And I'm going to use this all over the lid. It's really pretty. It's swatched beautifully. I don't feel that it's applying with the oomph that it's swatched, if that makes sense. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, I'm getting payoff, but not the oomph that I was getting in the swatches. It is a beautiful palette. Definitely, if you're lighter than me, this is really going to pop on your skin. So this shade here, I'm going to get it on my finger and apply right over where I placed that other shade. And it's applying like a topper because I'm tapping. I feel if I swipe, it'll definitely pack more oomph. And you can see that there. With the same 309, the Unit 309, I'm gonna go into the brown shade, tap the excess off, pinch it, and do my lower lash line. And that really defined nicely. And next, with a Refer 3, I'm gonna dip into this shade here and use this in combination with this shade as an inner corner highlight. Oh, that's really pretty. And I did not get any fallout whatsoever. Which I am picky about because I do my complexion before I do my eyes. And I'm going to apply a little of that on the highest part, on the bottom of the highest part of the brow. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, here's before and after. Next, I want to see if I can use this brow shade, the darkest brown shade, as a liner. This is the Tom Ford 16 brush, and I just want to bring that, and I am getting some fallout now with that dark shade. And that did whisk away easily. It does apply well as a liner. I would have to see how it wears. And there you are. Next, to see if we can get more oomph and to see if you can do it with these shadows, I want to try and create the same look with wetting, like spritzing the brush with my Chantecaille Rose Water. So starting with that first shade, this taupe shade, and spritzing that, I'm going to create the exact same eye look. Okay, here you are. It did apply easier, smoother, quicker. Let's try the other shades. And this is the dark brown shade. It does pack more oomph when you wet it. It does seem to, this shade did like skip, but it seems to be blending well with the other one. So I'm gonna go back with the Refer 27 and just blend that. I'm not sure if it's because it's a stiffer brush, it's a deeper color, but it definitely gave more pigment than this side. Next, going into this shade here with my Refer 28 and wetting that. And that definitely gave more of an oomph at initial swipe than without spritzing it. So I'm just gonna flip that brush around because when I went in with this shade on this eye, I did use my finger. So I'm just gonna flip it, tap off any excess, and spritz that as well. And I am going to tap that everywhere I placed the last shade, which is on the lid. I feel like, I'm not sure if the camera's gonna pick this up, but on this eye, this shade here went on more like a topper with a little bit more of like micro glitter. It looks like micro glitter, but this is not like a glittery formula. Where this eye here, when I spritzed it and mixed the two shades, they kind of cohesively turned, like melted into one. And I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up. Next, let me try wetting the brush. This is the Tom Ford 16 to apply the shadow as a liner and see if we have less fallout and how that works. It definitely packs more pigment, which I would expect. But I did get a little bit of fallout right here. Let's see if it brushes away. It does not brush away as easily when it's wet. But it does brush away. As I did on the other eye for the inner corner, I mixed the two shimmer shades and I'm gonna apply that as an inner corner. And that definitely packed more of a punch than dry. Okay, here you go. This is Rose Topaz. This is with the shadows dry, and this is with the shadows wet before liner and mascara. Let me apply my liner and mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I did tight lines with a brown eyeliner. I put on some mascara and I put two different water lines on each eye just because I wanted to show you I'm not one that plays around with color a lot. So if you're not comfortable with color and we're moving into spring, like here I used a green liner on the waterline. I used the Tom Ford Metallic Moss. And on this side, I used a purple. And I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up. And it's the Gucci, is this the Amethyst? Amethyst. And it's this shade here. It's like a fun way to wear neutral colors and just pop some color and still feel confident and comfortable. And that's how I prefer to do it. But I just wanted to show you the green and the purple and just how you can make it pop. Obviously, you can make it pop with a bold lip. It's up to you. But that's what I love about neutrals. They really go with anything. They're great for every day. But let's be real. Do we probably have this color story? A lot of us, especially us neutral lovers, in our little makeup arsenal? Probably. What makes this stand out, honestly, is the formula in itself. If you are in search of a good quality, good formula palette, and you're looking for a neutral, and these shades speak to you, then go ahead and splurge, and I promise you it will not disappoint. This formula is amazing. I will say it did swatch darker than it applied on the eye, but that's normal and can be said for most shadows. But it applied beautifully, both dry and wet. I do not regret having this. This is something that will probably be on the top of my vanity. I don't know yet if I could say I needed all three. Probably not, honestly. But am I happy to have them? So far, this is the only one I've used, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it because it's the formula. And the formula is what does it for me, you guys. And you know I'm a Natasha Denona stan. I've still told you when a palette is not worth it. And this is better than her cream shadows. Even the ones in Biba, and I love Biba. But as you saw, as I swatched and compared to this one, the colors in this one are nothing like the ones in Biba. I'm not sure what other palettes you have or you may want to compare them to. Just let me know. If you have any ideas or anything that may call out to you and say, do you have such and such, and you want me to compare them, I will gladly do so over on Instagram at amerchbeauty. But go ahead and like this video, and until next time, don't forget, we're all perfectly imperfect. Bye.